I'm Alan Robarge, a relationship coach, and you're watching One Reason Why. Let's talk about one reason why people continue to hate themselves. I'm talking about shame. So I'm interchanging self-hatred with shame. Shame is a reoccurring feeling that there is something wrong with me. I am fundamentally flawed as a person. Now, why would a person continue to cultivate the feeling that there's something wrong with him or herself and continue to believe that they are lacking as a human being, they're broken, they're messed up, there's something wrong with who they are as a human being? This level of toxic shame, to be in relationship to shame, means to hate oneself. You're not being kind. You're not a friend to yourself. You're not compassionate. You're not gentle. And people live their whole life doing this, giving themselves a hard time, having nasty internal speak, constantly berating, judging. You're fat. You're stupid. Why did you say that? You put your foot in your mouth. What an idiot. Those people now think you're an idiot because you just said that. Whatever the commentary is, it doesn't have to be that blatant. It doesn't have to be that strong. It could just be a general low-level sense of lack of self-worth. I'm just not worth it. Now, one reason why we continue to hate ourselves is because we cannot let in the truth of where this came from. Most probably, most often, we learn how to hate ourselves. We learn a shame-based approach to interacting with the world and with ourselves from living in a family that ignored us, living in a family that neglected us, living in a family where there's also shame going on with the parents, shame and how people are treating each other. It could be the parents' own shame of feeling that they're not worthy, they're not good enough, working out their own struggles, their own demons, whatever it is. If the parent's not able to do that healing work and bring it to consciousness, then that means the shame is floating in the family system. The child's going to be growing up marinating in shame. Now, let's say there's some family crisis, some family dysfunction, perhaps it's an addiction, perhaps it's mental illness. Let's say that the parents just aren't getting along. They're fighting, there's arguing, there's nastiness, there's just this could be a kind of low-level discomfort, that feeling of walking on eggshells. The parents in their marriage, it's not going well. There is a struggle. Let's pretend, or let's say in this scenario, the parents get a divorce. Children adapt to difficult situations by blaming themselves. There is an intelligence and a function of self-blame. And what that is it allows me to create a sense of control. I cannot control mom and dad are not speaking. I cannot control mom and dad are arguing. I cannot control mom and dad are getting a divorce. And if all of those things are repeatedly, chronically confusing, which means I can't make sense of why are they in chronic stress, in chronic distress in their relationship? Why are they continually living in this place of painful tension, and this tension that everyone in the family is feeling and experiencing? I can't do anything about that. However, my mind, my genius mind, the child's genius mind, can come up with a framework to make sense of an impossible situation that does not make sense. The chaos, the struggle is out of control, so the child needs to figure out, well, hey, how can I create some control? I know, it's my fault. I'm the reason why everybody's a mess. I'm the reason why everybody's angry. I'm the reason why my parents got a divorce and they argue and they fight and there's so much stress and tension in the home. I'm the reason why everyone's unhappy. So if I'm the reason, there must be something wrong with me. If there's something wrong with me, I now need to work really hard to improve. I need to be better. I need to try harder. I need to get into their good graces. I need to help, oftentimes unconsciously and behind the scenes. I'm going to be maneuvering in such a way to try to manipulate and influence the situation to make it better for everyone. Why? Because I love my parents. I love my father. I love my mother. I love my brothers and sisters. I want everything to be okay, but it's not okay. And I cannot just sit by. It's so confusing. I can't make sense of what's going on with these other people. So I'll blame myself. This is not usually conscious. The child doesn't come to some conscious awareness of this. This is a kind of internal, a rather intelligent mechanism, an intelligent device where the child can blame him or herself. And this now simulates internally, I have a sense of control. Out here, there's all this chaos. Out here, there's all this unpredictableness. Out here, there's all this groundlessness. But internally, if I can start giving myself a hard time, I need to do better at school, I need to get more attention from mom and dad by getting praise and being an overachiever, or for some people, they do the opposite. They become the black sheep. They make waves. They create problems. They go against doing what they're told. That also is a response to internally trying to get some footing, trying to find some ground in a family situation of chaos and struggle and pain and confusion where it's groundless and there's no ground. So I know, let's blame myself. Let's give me a hard time. Well, if I do this enough, if I totally get on board with this, I'm going to develop a relationship with myself based upon shaming and giving myself a hard time. I'm going to develop, based upon this approach, a relationship of self-hatred. Over time, I hate myself. There must be something wrong with me. You see, there's something wrong with me, because if there wasn't something wrong with me, I would be able to shine so brightly and to be so loving and to be such a good kid that my parents would be able to stay together, the marriage would be helpful. Now, granted, I'm sure when you hear this from an adult perspective, this sounds like a lot of wishful thinking, but that's what a kid does. A kid thinks big. A kid is a dreamer. A kid is creative. A kid is able to enter fantasy realm. And so we naturally try to use this fantasy realm of, I know, I can save the family. And one way that I can do this is work on myself. And if I have to work on myself, well, then I also have to believe there's something wrong with me. And if there's something wrong with me, then I have to keep shaming myself and be critical, try harder, do better. Why can't you, achieve more? All in the attempts to try to get some positive reinforcement from a family of family members, of parents who are distracted in their own dysfunction and in living in a collective system where we're all marinating in a kind of shame and helplessness and anger and frustration. And the child absorbs this, the child takes this on, and the child incorporates this into his or her personality and outlook on life. So then I'm a shame-based person. I don't really like myself that much. I experience toxic shame. And to expose myself, to assert my sense of self, to actually have my own point of view, my own opinion, to reveal my vulnerabilities is excruciatingly painful because I don't have a lot of history in my family of that being welcomed or seen or handled with care, because everyone else is distracted in the daily drama or the daily dysfunction, the daily tension, the distress of not getting along in more healthy ways of relating. So one reason why people continue to hate themselves is because they have not confronted the profound grief, the incredible grief that if we look at how this got set up in our life, if we look at how this shame got set up in our life, and be aware that we are an innocent child, a precious innocent child, and we're also with precious innocent adult parents as well. In many ways, they're clueless to what's going on because they are products of their family and their history, and this is a family legacy of unconscious people hurting each other and perpetuating the dysfunction. But if we can look at now to say, if I want to stop hating myself, if I want to stop being a shame-based person, I have to go to the origin of how this got set up in my life. And in order to do that, I need to open and access the depth, the incredible deep grief of what it was like to live in a family where I was taught to not like myself, where we were taught to not like myself. So for many people, that's daunting, that's overwhelming, that's scary, that can make you just have a meltdown thinking about it. So many people then say, and again, this is unconscious, they would feel, well, I'm not really going to go there. I don't have the strength. I don't have the wherewithal. I don't have the healing tools. I don't have the support system to open to that level of grief, both what happened and then also the missed opportunities, grieving what didn't happen, grieving the missed opportunities of connecting with a parent, or even observing grieving the missed opportunities of parents who didn't get along well. Imagine what it would be like to have more memories of parents who were not in chronic distress, who were not giving each other the silent treatment, who were not arguing over, some drama, be it big or small. So many people, one reason why we continue to hate ourselves and stay in a shame-based reality is because in order to give that up, we have to go into the profound, unresolved grief of how this shame got set up in the first place. That is daunting, and some of us are not quite ready to go there. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like the video and want to see more similar videos coming up. I am Alan Robarge, a relationship coach. I help people improve their relationships. If you want to learn more about me, please do at alanrobarge.com. Thank you for watching.